Portia Mystique still here with the Hidden Vine, and I am sitting next to the one and only general manager of Karl Strauss Temecula, Victor Montero. Victor, how you feeling?
I'm pretty good. A little nervous, but I am excited.
Take it one breath at a time. We'll be fine. It's just conversation between old friends. We got this.
Yeah, conversations is my job, so.
That part. So why are you nervous? No, before we jump into it, go ahead and properly introduce yourself.
My name is Victor Montero. I've been the general manager here at Karl Strauss Temecula since October of 2023. So going on about a year and a quarter now. Yeah.
Okay. And what were you doing before Karl Strauss?
I was actually working on becoming a store manager at Starbucks, and Karl Strauss was just a side gig for me. So I started out as a crew member with Karl Strauss, and then left Starbucks and moved up really, really fast. Yeah.
Okay, I'm interested to know how that happened. How did you move up so fast? What was it that made you amazing?
Well, I have a ton of leadership experience already as it is. So I've worked for not quite a few companies, but you know, I've been with a few companies for a few years. I've learned a lot of things, and I have a lot of leadership experience. So pretty much every job I've ever held, including my first job ever, which was at Knott's Berry Farm, I have held leadership positions. So, but I was, like I said, I was working on becoming a store manager at Starbucks, and then I left the company because it was going in a direction that I wasn't super on board with, but that's totally fine. And I was offered to promote to a ship supervisor, and I was a ship supervisor for all of 2 weeks before they offered me another promotion to assistant manager at the Costa Mesa location. And I was assistant manager for about 6 months before I heard that there was an opening for a general manager here at Karl Strauss Temecula. And my boss said, okay, let me see your resume. They interviewed me, they liked me, and they said, okay, you got the job, but you got 30 days to move to Temecula from Orange County. Yeah.
So you just picked up and moved?
Pretty much, yeah. I actually did it in record time because I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to make it on time, but I made it out here within 20 days. Yeah. So 10 days ahead of time. Yeah.
How's it been for you living in Temecula?
I mean, honestly, the transition's awesome. I love Temecula and pretty much Riverside County, but specifically the Temecula community. It's quieter, it's cleaner, there's less traffic. And I mean, even just the difference, like going to the grocery stores and everything, like Costco and all that. In Orange County, it's like shoulder to shoulder, but here, you know, there's less people, and you know, it's a blessing and a curse for some people, but I think it's amazing here. I love it. Yeah, I love Temecula. So
it sounds like from day one, even when you had your first job, you've kind of been that badass leader. Is that true?
Well, I like to keep it humble. I'm not 100%, you know, I wouldn't say that I'm a badass, but I think I got to where I'm at by making mistakes and learning from them. So, and taking risks. So.
Okay. If we can be really real, do I have your permission to like really get real?
Yeah.
Name one mistake that you really learned and transformed from.
Well, I think the biggest change that I've made in my life is I used to be really outspoken about everything. And I think I got that from my dad. So I definitely learned that while it is important to get your point across, it's not always the right timing to do so. So I've definitely learned to kind of dial it back a little bit. But I mean, as far as here at Karl Strauss Temecula, the biggest mistake I made is I instantly thought that coming over here, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did at Costa Mesa. No, that didn't work out. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. My employees, the managers that worked under me were all like, no, you just got here, like, you don't know how we do things. It's a different building and everything, you know? So so I had to I did kind of have to reflect and have some self-awareness to be like, you know what, they're right, and kind of let go of my own ego and not just be like, well, I'm your boss, I'm gonna do it the way that I want.
Right.
Yeah. So and leadership isn't always about that. It's not just well, I'm the boss, so do as I say. You know, you have to earn that respect.
I appreciate the humility you have, which makes me question, how would your employees describe you?
Oh man, well, I think at this point everybody here, and I think my assistant manager Andrew can vouch for this, but I'm all about accountability across the board. So not just for my crew members, but for myself. And, you know, I've made my mistakes while I've been here, but I've always owned up to them, always. Even though it's unpleasant, even though it hurts in the moment, it's important to own up to them and learn from them.
Interesting.
First part of solving a problem is admitting that there is one, you know, so.
I love that you mentioned that, because I also know that you do a little bit of business coaching and mentorship. Explain that.
Yeah, so I mean, I have a lot of younger leaders, and even some leaders under me right now that you know, that come to me for coaching and all that stuff. And it's also my responsibility as their manager to develop them and give them the soft skills that they need in order to succeed and to be able to be coaches themselves. So currently, we lost some managers to the new Corona location that just opened.
Oh no.
And they were super awesome people. Some people that also worked under me and that I personally coached and developed. So the challenge has now been to develop the new people that we promoted now that we lost 2 managers, so we had to promote 2 more. So, you know, one of the biggest things that's been challenging to teach people is to have that self-awareness and that humility, to get out of your own way and to understand that, yes, you're a leader, but even the best leaders ever are going to make some bad decisions.
Yeah.
But the best of the best leaders, they own them and they learn from them.
I love that. So it sounds like the people that you're training, they're being positioned for greatness.
That's what I strive to do. Yeah.
That's your new tagline. Just put it on your LinkedIn. I gave it to you.
All right.
So you worked at Knott's Berry Farm. You worked at Starbucks. I'd love to know, what is it that makes Karl Strauss different?
Well, Karl Strauss is definitely, I mean, like, so for example, Starbucks is a very corporate setting type of company. And I mean, Knott's Berry Farm, pretty much same thing. You know, they have Knott's Berry Farm isn't the only theme park that they have. I think Knott's Berry Farm is owned by Cedar Fair, and they have a bunch of theme parks in like Canada and all over the country. But I think the thing that sets Karl Strauss apart is their core values resonate with me a lot. So you know, it's kind of like so it spells out Karl. So the K stands for care for each other, our community, and the environment. And then the A is authentic relationships based on trust and integrity. The R is respect, share, and enjoy our craft. And then the last one, the L, which is my favorite, it's learn, improve, and grow. So those are things that really resonate with me. And, you know, a lot of companies have their own core values and the things that they stand for. But this is the one company that has made me feel the most passionate about what I do. It's not just about selling beer and, you know, trying to get people to buy stuff, or, you know, and you know, making sales is important, but it's about making that human connection and making people happy. And you know, this is an amazing setting, you know, that I ended up in, because I love to hear people's stories, and this is a great way to hear people's stories, you know, over a beer and some good food and great conversation, and getting to know the community here in Temecula and getting to know a lot of people, you know, and some of my regulars and local business owners. You know, it's a great opportunity. So yeah, it's a little bit less corporate-y, and as my boss Michael Brooks says, we try not to take ourselves too seriously here. You know, we don't come in here, you know, with suits and ties and try to be all corporate-y and, you know, and talk about numbers and all that stuff. It's important, yeah, but the important thing that we're trying to do is to make people happy. So
yeah. I mean, I definitely have to kind of piggyback on that, because I love coming here to eat, to work, to have meetings.
Yeah.
So this is definitely my hangout spot, but the core values that you're saying, I see that in the employees, the servers, the person who's at the door, like the person behind the bar. It really shows up. Do you think it's in them naturally, or it's part of the training?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. We definitely try to have a culture here where everybody loves to, you know, they love to make people happy, and they love doing what they do, and ultimately, you know, happy employees means happy guests.
So it's clear that you love your employees, you love Karl Strauss, you love the core values, and it really embodies who you are naturally, authentically, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, do you see yourself being here like for a long time?
I definitely don't see myself being anywhere else right now. You know, I definitely have some excitement about what's to come, but in the meantime, this is my home, so I'm not going anywhere.
I love it. And if there's anything you want the people of Temecula to know about Karl Strauss, what would it be?
I mean, come into my brew pub. You know, it's not just, I don't want people to come in here for Karl Strauss necessarily. I want people to come into Karl Strauss Temecula to come and meet us, to come and meet me, to come and meet my assistant manager, Andrew, to come meet our amazing employees who love doing what they do, and you know, they do it with a smile, and they do it with the purpose of making people happy one beer at a time.
Thank you so much, Victor. I truly appreciate you guys. Portia Mystique Steel with the Hidden Vine, and until next time, but can we cheers to that?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.